Between Japan's largest island, Honshu, and the northern frontier of Hokkaido lies the Tsugaru Strait, a narrow channel of cold, turbulent water that has shaped the lives of generations who call its rugged coastline home. Remote fishing villages cling to rocky shores, often obscured by dense fog and battered by fierce winds blowing down from the Sea of Japan to the west. The relentless climate is a defining force. Winters bring heavy snowfalls and icy gales, while summer offers only brief respites with cool, misty days. Surrounded by jagged cliffs, steep hills, and rough seas, these communities exist in delicate balance with nature's raw power and unpredictability. For centuries, the people of the Tsugaru Strait have drawn their sustenance and identity from the ocean. Fishing is not just an occupation. It is a way of life deeply rooted in tradition and cultural heritage. Small fleets of fishing boats, some maintained through generations, head out early each day to harvest the sea's bounty. From rich schools of herring and squid migrating through these cold waters to prized Pacific saury and crab, the ocean's resources sustain these villages according to seasonal rhythms dictated by weather and fish migrations. The relationship between fishermen and sea is deeply ingrained in the community's identity. Techniques and knowledge pass mainly through verbal tradition and hands-on apprenticeship rather than written records. Nets, traps, and boats are crafted following time-honored designs carefully adapted to the strait's unique conditions and dangers. Beyond economic survival, fishing binds the community socially and spiritually. Local festivals tied to the fishing calendar celebrate the ocean's generosity, while rituals express respect, gratitude, and hope for safety during perilous voyages. Yet, life here is not without hardship. The Tsugaru Strait's isolation means limited access to infrastructure and modern services. Roads navigating the treacherous terrain are sometimes cut off by heavy snowfall in winter, isolating communities for days at a time. The harsh marine environment shortens fishing seasons and poses constant dangers demanding resilience, knowledge, and skill. In recent decades, these challenges have grown with broader social changes, including aging populations, younger generations migrating to urban centers, and evolving regulations affecting fishing quotas and practices. Modern technology offers promise and predicament for these fishing communities. Improved navigation tools and communication equipment have enhanced safety at sea, yet the cultural knowledge embedded in traditional practices faces risk of fading. New methods and economic pressures reshape the fishing industry, challenging communities as they strive to maintain heritage. Environmental concerns, such as climate change impacts on fish stocks and sea conditions, add new layers of uncertainty. In this documentary, we explore life inside these remote Tsugaru Strait fishing communities, where nature's forces and human tenacity meet. We'll witness how tradition sustains a way of life amid mounting challenges and what survival means in this rugged, windswept corner of Japan. Here, the sea is more than a resource. It is the heartbeat of a community navigating the delicate line between preserving the past and facing an uncertain future. Fishing along the Tsugaru Strait has long followed the rhythms of the sea and its seasonal migrations. Traditional methods developed over generations reflect a deep understanding of local marine life and the strait's complex weather patterns. Squid fishing, for example, is a cornerstone of the local economy and culture. Beginning in early summer, fishermen set out after dusk with boats equipped with powerful lights that attract squid to the surface. These seasonal squid runs can last through late autumn, with crews hauling in large catches using hand lines and nets specifically crafted for this luminous quarry. The catch not only sustains families, but supports local markets and processing facilities. Another critical species targeted is cod, particularly during the colder months. Fishermen deploy bottom trawls and baited traps designed to withstand icy waters and strong currents. These methods require skillful timing to coincide with cod's spawning and feeding seasons, which peak in late winter and early spring. The cod stocks of the Tsugaru Strait have been prized for their firmness and flavor, making them a staple in regional cuisine and an important commodity for export beyond these communities. Seasonal fishing extends beyond squid and cod, encompassing Pacific sorry, herring, and various shellfish that move through the strait at different times of year. Each species demands specific equipment and techniques, from drift nets for sorry to woven traps for crab. These varied practices illustrate the intimate connection between fishermen and their environment, a relationship grounded in observation, patience, and respect for the sea's natural cycles. However, this cycle has been increasingly disrupted by environmental and economic pressures. Overfishing and changes in ocean temperature have contributed to decreased fish stocks in recent decades. Scientific studies have documented shifts in migration patterns and reduced spawning success for several key species, including squid and cod. These declines directly affect the livelihoods of fishing families, forcing some to reduce effort or seek alternative income sources. At the same time, demographic changes pose profound challenges to village survival. Young people, faced with limited educational and employment opportunities locally, often leave for larger cities like Aomori or Sapporo. This migration contributes to rapidly aging populations in Tsugaru Strait communities, with fewer able-bodied fishermen to carry on traditions and maintain boats and equipment. An aging population also places strain on social structures and community support. Schools and services have closed or consolidated as numbers dwindle, and some villages face the prospect of disappearing altogether. Without a younger generation to sustain cultural practices and economic activity, the known ways of life risk fading away. Efforts to address these challenges vary. Some communities have explored diversification strategies, such as developing tourism focused on fishing heritage and natural scenery, or investing in aquaculture projects. Others participate in regional fishery cooperatives that aim to manage stocks more sustainably while securing fair prices for catches. Nonetheless, the balance between tradition and modernity remains precarious. Maintaining the delicate link between the sea's bounty and the people who harvest it requires not only adapting to changing environmental conditions, but also fostering a sense of belonging and purpose that can inspire the younger generation to return. The pressures facing Tsugaru Strait fishing communities have brought significant economic hardships and sparked noticeable cultural changes. With fish stocks declining and younger generations moving away, many families struggle to sustain their traditional livelihoods. Reduced catches mean smaller incomes, threatening not only individual households, but the viability of entire villages. This economic strain has forced fishermen to reconsider how they engage with the sea and their communities. In response, diversification has become a common adaptation among these coastal villages. Some families supplement their income by developing small-scale tourism centered on their fishing heritage and the natural environment. Fishing experiences, local markets, and seasonal festivals now attract visitors seeking an authentic glimpse into this remote lifestyle. Others have invested in aquaculture, farming shellfish like scallops and seaweed that can be cultivated with less seasonal uncertainty than wild catches. These new ventures provide some economic stability, although they rarely replace the traditional fishing income completely. Modernization of fishing methods also plays a role in adapting to changing conditions. Boats are increasingly equipped with GPS navigation, sonar fish finders, and more durable gear, allowing crews to operate more efficiently and safely in the often treacherous strait. While these technologies enhance productivity and safety, there is a delicate balance to maintain. Over-reliance on modern tools risks eroding the traditional knowledge and skills that have historically defined these communities. Efforts to document and teach age-old techniques continue alongside technical upgrades, aiming to preserve cultural identity while embracing practical improvements. Community organizations and cooperatives have become vital in sustaining both economic activity and cultural cohesion. Fishermen's cooperatives negotiate with authorities over quotas and regulations, striving to secure fairer terms and protect local interests amid national policies. Jointly managed resources and collective marketing help stabilize prices and reduce competition that might otherwise undermine small-scale operators. Additionally, festivals and cultural events still play a crucial role in maintaining community spirit, bringing together residents for shared celebrations rooted in fishing traditions. These gatherings reinforce a collective identity and provide opportunities for passing down stories and rituals to younger generations. Despite these adaptations, uncertainty looms large. Climate change adds a layer of unpredictability, with shifting ocean temperatures and altered currents affecting fish migration and health. Scientific observations indicate that some species important to Tsugaru Strait fisheries are moving to new areas or experiencing reduced spawning success due to warming waters. Combined with ever-evolving regulatory frameworks aimed at conservation, this creates a complex and sometimes restrictive environment for fishermen. Still, the resilience of these communities shines through. Their deep connection to the sea and each other fuels a determination to survive and thrive. Local leaders, elders, and young people alike engage in dialogue about the future, seeking ways to blend tradition with innovation. While challenges remain formidable, the enduring spirit of the Tsugaru Straits fishing villages offers hope that their unique culture and vocation can persist. The story of these remote communities is one of adaptation and survival, where ancient knowledge meets modern realities.